Pascal, what you find? Okay. Let's get this show on the road, people. Let me turn the music down. Woo! Man, I got my countdown completely messed up, man. It's like, hope everybody can hear me. It's all loud and clear, I hope. Let me just check everything. Tell me if you guys can hear me, though. Hopefully loud and clear and stuff. So we're going live again today, and it's all about the world's most expensive cars, top 10. That's what we're going to be doing today. And I'm telling you, man, it's going to make your eyes water. Some of these prices are kind of ridiculous. Some of the cars that you guys already know about, but some of them will probably surprise you a little bit, because it definitely surprised me. So get rid of this, man. Don't need that there anymore. So hope everybody's good. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me nice and clear. Hopefully you can. Let me just check. Make sure the music is not too loud. Turn it down. Okay. Hope everybody's good. Probably said that already. All right, I'll wait for a few more of you guys to tune in. So let me know in the comments right now if you guys can hear me or not, because sometimes I think everything's working fine and then it isn't. So let me know. Okay, let me see. Just gonna check a few things here. Should I change this music? I don't know. Take a sip of my tea, man. Actually, I just want to make sure that the internet is not being screwed by my Instagram as well. Poor connection, apparently. Oh no, that's not a good thing. We have Aiden in the house. What's happening, Aiden? It's all good? Okay. Whew. That's good to know. So yesterday we talked about the Ferrari 250 GTO basically being the most expensive car in the whole world. That kind of made me think, what other cars are equally as expensive or around that kind of ballpark? So I thought I'd do a video about the 10 most expensive cars in the whole world ever. So that's what we're gonna do today. Let's wait for a few more people to tune in and then I'll get started. So Aiden, man, how was your day today? What did you get up to? Let me see, is that right? The brightness is okay. The lighting is okay. I think audio level is good. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna get this show on the road, man. Let's start. This is an easy one, right? Let's start with what we talked about yesterday. So yesterday we found out that the most expensive car in the world was actually the Ferrari 288 GTO. Let me find that clip for you guys. I mean picture, man. Before I do that, let me open this. There is so much information about this car, it's kind of ridiculous. It is mental. All right, here we go. So this car, this specific one, is the most expensive car ever sold, right? So this is covering cars sold at an auction, but also sold privately as well. So this car was literally sold for $70 million. That is like a mind-blowing amount of money. So this, as I said before, is a Ferrari 288 GTO. This one's very, very special because this car literally raced in the, I think it was the Mille, if I remember correctly. So the facts are, this is a 1963 Ferrari, sold for $70 million in the United States. And it's only one of 36 ever made. And it's basically currently the highest priced ever paid for a car, which is kind of crazy. But the person who actually sold this car didn't sell the car in auction. They sold this car the private car sale, which is kind of crazy. And a guy called, I think McNeil or something, like basically bought this car. Yeah, it's crazy. So this car won the Tour de France, or TDF, which a lot of Ferraris are now named after. And they also won Le Mans race as well and actually came fourth. So this car has a lot of like a racing heritage and history. But the cool thing about this car though is that even though it raced in the Tour de France and also the, what was the other one? I can't remember. In Le Mans, it never actually crashed, which is why this car costs so much money, because it raced in those races, but actually came through unscathed. Other 250 GTOs kind of like they crashed a bit, so they had to be restored and all that stuff, but not this one. So that's why it costs so much. So how long do you think it will be before someone pays 100 million squid for a Ferrari 250 GTO? It's crazy, $70 million. That's an insane amount of money. But it's a madness. Hey, George, what's happening, man? Aiden just said that he's been dying because of lockdown. Hey, Aiden, man, you got 3 more weeks of this. So yeah, man. So hopefully don't die. Yeah. We need you for these live streams, so stay alive. But it's crazy, right? And George is saying hi. What's up, George? So we have something for you specially today for the list of 10 most expensive cars in the world. I guess you can probably guess what that's going to be. But we're covering the 250 GTO right now, a very, very specific one that raced in Le Mans, but also the Tour de France. It came fourth in Le Mans and I think won Tour de France as well. And yeah, 70 million squid, man. I'm telling you, crazy. So other famous people that you may know who own 250 GTOs include Mr. Ralph Lauren, and that fashion guy, the guy who owns the Lance Stroll's dad. Yeah, he also owns a 250 GTO. I mean, Lance Stroll is the guy who races in F1, and his dad basically bankrolls his racing career and stuff. And he also owns a 250 GTO, which is kind of crazy. And some guy called Rob Walton as well. The guy who owns the chain of Walmart in America also owns a 250 GTO. So it's a very, very small community. 32 made in the whole world, man. It's kind of nuts. But yeah, there you have it. 70 million squid. Let's see what else I can talk about this. So that was the first car on the list, in case I missed something before I get to the next one. So George Danforth said that that's the wrong one in the picture. What? According to the information that I researched, this was a specific one that was actually sold because it was silver with yellow markings on it. So this is the most expensive GTO, but there was a previous GTO 250 sold before this one, and that's going to be the next clip. But this one is, according to all the sources that I've checked so far, this is the one that was sold for 70 million squid. So George, man, check your facts, man. Check your facts. All right, so previous to this one, there was also another Ferrari 250 GTO, which was previously the most expensive car in the whole world. And this car is this one. No, it's not. Oh no! Where's all my... Hold on. What is going on here? Okay, let me check. So this one, exactly. So let me rescale it. Move to the corner over here. So this was previously the world's most expensive car, sold at an auction as well. And this one I think cost something like $58 million, if I remember. Let me just double check my informations. Go back to my damn screen. Yeah, so this one previously cost 52 million pounds, and that was back in 2013. So that's what the source is saying here. So you can imagine that 2013, that's literally like 7 years ago, someone paid 58 million squid at an auction for this incredible looking red Ferrari 250 GTO. That is an insane amount of money, man. That just like, what the hell's going on here? So let me just check to make sure I didn't miss anything. I probably got a few of these wrong, all right? So don't kill me. But most of these sources I've kind of double checked to make sure they're as correct as possible. So let me see what else I said. That's the wrong picture, said George. I'm pretty sure that's the right one, George. This was previously the most expensive one. So Realtors, what's happening, man? You're back in the house. You're laughing your head off again, man. Plot twist. Raucous credits Wikipedia. Wikipedia is a source of information, but it's not just from Wikipedia though. This is from a whole bunch of other people as well. So I got Fams in the house. What's happening, man? What's good? Famzy, we're talking about your favorite subject, man. The most expensive cars in the whole world. Yeah, that's what we got a top 10 today. So Fam said, sorry, I'm late. Just finished work. God damn, man. You're not too late, man. I started at 8:30, so you're 10 minutes late. So like I was saying, we're talking about the most expensive cars in the whole world today, and I got a list of 10. So I'm covering number 2 right now on the list. So far, it's been a Ferrari show, man. 250 GTO, another 250 GTO. Previously, both cars. Okay, this particular car right now once held the record for being the most expensive car ever sold. That's been overtaken by another 250 GTO, which I talked about previously. Okay, cool. So, so let's carry on, man. So before I go into the next one, any questions, people? Anything you want to say? Did I get anything wrong? I hope not. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I once saw a 250. Famzy said that I once saw a 250 California Spider. Jesus Christ, where did you see that? I've never seen one of those. Was that somewhere in Monaco? Probably, I wouldn't be surprised. But I've never seen a Spider, so that's pretty cool. What color was it, Famzy? Was it red? Like all Ferraris. Okay, so that was the third car on the list. No, second car, forgive me. Damn, man, what am I talking about today? Let me see what the next one is before I put it on the screen. Whew. Okay, George Danforth said something like profound. Okay, let's find out. Christian Glaze, whatever his name is, sold the one for 70 million, and that was the one I sent you. You sent me something. Oh God. The one he sent me yesterday. Okay, for me all right, let me read this again. So Christian Glazel sold the one for 70 million, and that was the one I sent you. He was displaying it at a Force for the Concord. Are you sure, George? Because, okay, hold on a second. Let me just check, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't that one. But hold on. Let's go online, all right? Let's go. Maybe you're right. Let's debunk this. All right, I'm gonna try and find this information, so make sure that it's correct. I'm just double checking, man. Just double checking. Actually, let me just do a quick Google search. Okay, let's go here into demo mode. See if you guys can see the screen. All right. Oh, okay. Let's look for most expensive Ferrari ever sold. See, this damn picture keeps coming up, like 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO. Actually, it's not that one. That's from the previous year. So it's not 48 million. We've got H Huss in the house. So we're trying to find the exact car that was sold for 70 million squid a few years back. So let me see if I can get the right picture. George, you might be absolutely right. But I don't want to be confusing anybody. So come on, man. What's up with this? Business Insider, show me the picture, man. Okay. Picture of the most expensive Ferrari sold to date. See, we keep seeing this one. See, this one is the one that was described because, and then this is the one that you sent me yesterday as well. What is going on here? According to the sources, right, this one is the correct one. So this is supposed to be the most expensive car ever sold. Just had a look at the one that you had up. It's the same car, different livery. Okay. So the livery that I've showed you is basically the original one that apparently the car had when it was racing at Le Mans and also at the Tour de France. So that's why. Maybe they changed the colors afterwards. So yeah. So that's what it is. That's where the confusion happened, man. Phew. All right, let's get back to this. Same car, different livery. So that's cool to know. Oh my gosh. All right, before I carry on, people, let me just read your comments as well. Okay. So Family just said it came so randomly in Hyde Park Corner. Wow, you saw a 250 Spider randomly at Hyde Park Corner. That's a madness. That's crazy. Under H Huss, he just said, how long do you think it'd be for electric cars to become affordable? Like second-hand cars to be worth like 5K? That is an interesting question. I'll tell you why. The thing about electric cars, right, is that the batteries don't last very long. So I don't really know how that's going to affect the second-hand sales because apparently a battery in a car has like a life of between 5 and 8 years. So if your car is older than like 5 or 10 years, you're gonna have to replace the battery as well. That can be very expensive in the second-hand market. So yeah, that is the handicap of these cars. Apparently, unless if battery tech changes, then that might change. But with current technology, the batteries die eventually, and you buying a second-hand car are gonna have to fork out for a brand new battery, and they're not cheap. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question, H Huss. Okay. So like second-hand cars to like 5K. I can't imagine, it's not gonna be for a while, man, for real. And 5K would be quite cheap for an electric car with but a battery probably costs you maybe 10 grand or something. So it's like more than 15K, maybe even more, depending on the car and the kind of battery and all that stuff. So yeah, so there you have it. So George just said, I just had a look at the one that you had. Oh, we already talked about that. So Fams just said, do you know about the green 250 GTO in Mayfair? So okay, tell me about this. What about this green 250 GTO? What's the story of that one? Enlighten us. Tell us. While I wait for Famzy to tell us more about the 250 GTO, the green one in Mayfair, I'll go into the next car. So this car is, can I even see it? Oh, about that later when Jimmy comes online. All right, let's find the next clip. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? What the hell is going on here? Oh no, something has definitely gone wrong here. Where's my folder of cars, man? I made like a whole folder of everything and I can only see 4 things in there. Why is this? What's the rest of the stuff? Oh, I gotta be flipping kidding me. I'm not doing that all over again. Hold on. So I prepared a folder with 10 cars in it, and now it's only showing me 3 cars. Why the hell is that? What happened to the rest? Oh, flipping heck. Okay, let me find these. Oh, this is so annoying. I create this damn folder. Gotta be everything one by one. Preparations, man. Why did these things bloody happen? Everything was fun when I first went live. One GTB on it. Okay. Let's find this one then. So the next car is gonna be the Ferrari 335 Sports Cagliari. Someone's calling me right now while I'm doing live. I can't answer the. Okay, let me find this clip. Oh my days. This is so frustrating for me because I've got so many images to sift through now. All about best laid plans, as they say, and everything screws up. Okay, it's not that one. Oh, God. Ugh. Okay, I think it's this one. Hold on 1 second. Let's double check. No, it's definitely not. Okay, put this into here. Why do things just... Okay, so... All right, so this is the Ferrari that I want to show you guys that I'd already organized, but apparently it's not there anymore. So this is another image. Let me make it smaller. See, sometimes no matter how you organize things, things will go wrong. And here is a perfect example of that. Okay, so let's get back on track. So this is a Ferrari 355 Sports Cagliari. So this thing is also obviously this Ferrari is like dominating this list of the most expensive cars in the whole world, man. It's kind of crazy. So this thing sold for a cool $35.7 million, or that's 28.8 million pounds. Jesus Christ, this is like, I mean, that is just like, what the hell? It's a serious amount of money. So this is a 1957 model car, and it was sold in actual 2016, and like I said, for $35 million, or $35.7 million. Basically, it's the most expensive racing car ever sold at an auction. I mean, woo! That is a madness. Someone dropped some serious money, and this car also raced at the racing series. So that's kind of insane. So yeah, whoop. So let me know what you guys think. I don't know what to think, man. For that kind of money, how do you justify that? It's an insane amount of coinage to drop on a car like this. But yeah, 35.7 million squid. All right, let me read some of your comments right now because they're flying in. Thank you very much, everybody. So, so George said I saw it in 2017. Do you mean the one that Famzy saw, the 250 Spider, or do you mean the green 250 in Mayfair? And that Reynard in the house, he said, what's up, bro? What's up, Reynard? Talking about some pretty old but expensive cars out here today. A list of 10 most expensive cars in the whole world. That's what we're discussing today. So just discussed the crazy expensive 1957 Scaglieri. I haven't said the name properly. It's such like it's a Ferrari 335 Sports Scaglieri, as I just talked about. So let me read more of your comments as well. Rayna just said yesterday was a Sterling Moss spotted on the Dutch highway. Damn, what? You see that's some crazy stuff. That's a pretty dope car. Did you film it? I hope you did. Or at least photograph it. Jimmy Blanco, man, dude, you know what? He said, Wagwan. I feel like I gotta apologize, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So yesterday, Jimmy posted a message. I didn't know what it was at the time. I found out after I finished the stream because I was reading all your comments. So Jimmy Blanco basically sent me a super chat. So he sent me $5 super chat in the chat yesterday. I didn't know what it was, so this is the message that you sent me. So Jimmy, I just want to say thank you, man. I didn't mean to be rude. I didn't know what a super chat was until after I ended the stream. So thank you very, very much. I really, really appreciate that. So I saved it so that I can put it on screen. So this is what Jimmy sent yesterday. So Jimmy, so thank you very much. I didn't know at the time, but now I know what a super chat is. So next time someone sends one like this, I know exactly what it is. And I'll put it live on screen like this whenever anyone does this. So it says here, Jimmy Blanco, $5 from Jimmy Blanco. And then you said, Peter character holding his belly laughing out loud. I didn't know what you meant yesterday. But yeah, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And that was from Jimmy Blanco. And welcome to another stream today. And talking about classic cars. Okay, so let's read more of your comments right now. So Reynard just said that I sent it to you on Instagram. My Insta is Cars Photo Brothers. Okay, cool. I'll definitely I'll put that on the screen for everyone a little bit later once we go through this top 10 list. And Jimmy Blanco just said pick it up. I know now, man. Whew. I feel so bad. I apologize, man. Thank you very, very much. Okay, so that was the third car on the list. Was it? Oh, man, I'm so lost right now because my list that I made, I completely screwed it up. So I'm trying to figure out where I am. So I think that's the third car on the list. So the next car is going to be very, very interesting if I can find it. Okay, let me get rid of this. Excuse me. This car is so cool. And it's not a Ferrari this time. Let me drag it onto the canvas. So this is also one of the most expensive cars like in the world, and this time it's a Mercedes. This is basically a Mercedes F1 car from like, I think it was the 50s. I just found out exactly when in a second. This is kind of crazy. Like everything here has been Ferrari so far. This is an entry from Mercedes. So this beautiful W196 costs a staggering £23.8 million or $29.6 million. I mean, woo! For an F1 car, it's pretty mad. To think they used to look like this. There's no wings, nothing. It's just like a tube with wheels either side and a man plunked in the middle of it. It's kind of crazy. So this is, yeah, it's a Grand Prix car. So this car is very, very special because it was actually raced by a famous Formula One driver called Juan Manuel Fangio, right? This guy was the Don, like back in the day in racing, like around the 50s and stuff. And he won a Grand Prix in 1954 in this crazy car as well. And in 2013, this became the most expensive car in the whole world. Now, another cool thing about Juan Fangio is also, he was the guy who wrote a letter of recommendation for Mr. Pagani to basically leave Argentina and go to chase his dreams in Italy. So yeah, he's the guy who wrote a recommendation letter for him. It's got a very, very nice touch to, or a very nice thing for anyone to do for anyone. That was pretty dope. So there you have it, a little bit of history right there. But yeah, one of the only few cars that I know Ferraris in this list. So let's move on to the next one. Let's find it for you guys. This was car number 4. So let's get the next one. My guess, it is going to be another Ferrari again. Let me have a look at my list. No surprise there. It will be another Ferrari. Just get it onto the live list. Will it work this time? Size. All right, let's get back to this. So this is another super expensive Ferrari. It's a Ferrari 290 or millimiglia that sold for an incredible $28.050 million or 22.63 million pounds. So, oh my gosh, so many zeros after these numbers. It's kind of crazy. So this car was built in 1966 specifically for the millimiglia racing series. And it was also driven by Mr. Juan Manuel Fangio, that famous racing F1 driver. As you can imagine, with having such prestige with your name, is of course going to add a lot of value to any car that you're going to sell that he's driven in the past as well. Hours. So yeah, so this is a crazy car that he used to drive back in the 50s. And only I think 4 of these were made in the whole world as well, which is kind of crazy. They're super rare. So millimiglia people, 290 What do you think about these old cars though? I mean, do you guys like these things, or do you think they look a bit like hideous? I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think about it. I mean, it's kind of interesting looking at these old Ferrari racing cars, because you're starting to see Ferrari going back to these classic Ferrari racing car designs in the new cars right now, like the Monza and also the Roma that just came out. So you can definitely see a lot of the lines in there. So let me know what you guys think about those too. All right, let's read some of your comments as well. Aiden Williams just said, yeah, madness. Yeah, these numbers and prices is crazy. But the thing is though, they're crazy now, but I'm pretty sure like 5-10 years from now, they're gonna be even more expensive than they are right now. These can only go up. I can't see them like getting less and less, because the prices are just like, it's crazy when you think about it. So yeah, so that was a 290 millimiglia. And South.East Supercar said, hello mate, hey, what's happening, man? Welcome to the stream. It's all about classic cars that cost crazy money today. So it is the top 10. I think we're at top 4 right now. So we've got another 6 to go. But the last car will be very, very interesting. That's what I'm saying right now. So yeah, thank you very much for coming in. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up button as well while you're watching. And also get your questions ready for like a questions and answers session a little bit later on. All right, so let's go into the next car on the list, people. So this is also another expensive beast of a car. I mean, it's like, and yes, it is also a Ferrari, and yes, it is red. Let's just get it out right now. All right, let's do this. Okay. First, I must get rid of this one, and then I gotta make this one smaller. Let's move this over here. Okay, this car is quite special, apparently. So this here is a Ferrari 275 GTB/4 S NART. I'll explain what NART stands for. It's a North American racing team, apparently. So this car costs a cool £22.186365 million, or $27.5 million. It's kind of crazy. So the thing about this car is basically back in the 50s, Americans didn't really know about Ferrari. So the American or North American racing team basically campaigned with these cars to what's the word? To make the American audience aware of Ferrari. So this was like a marketing exercise of Ferraris back in the day. Yeah, so basically the North American racing team championed this particular Ferrari in the USA to raise awareness of the brand in the 50s and 60s. To think about it, it's kind of crazy. Now everybody on planet Earth knows what Ferrari or who Ferrari was. But back in the day, yeah, no one cared, no one knew, but now they do. So they also ordered 4 cars from the factory. So there you go. So the North American racing team ordered 4 of these cars from the factory. And this very Spider that you see here is a 1 of 10 ever made. And apparently Mr. Steve McQueen, that once glamorous actor from way back when, used to drive one of these as well. And he even drove this in the movie called The Thomas Crown Affair. Damn, okay. So a little history with this car, and it sold for a lot of money, as you guys can probably, well, as I just said earlier. So another cool fact about this car is as well that Pininfarina designed the 275 Coupe and the Spider bodies, but this car, this specific one, was actually designed by Scaglietti, or Scaglietti. Yeah, designed the 275 GTS /4 Nart. So there you go. So 2 different designers. Yeah, like I said, only 10 were made. So there you have it. So this is is a Nart Ferrari 275 GTB /S Nart Spider. Woo, that's a mouth. It's a mouthful right there. So that's very, very cool. And more comments here. Let me have a quick read. All right, woo! Comment time. All right, let me see what you guys have said here. So, I've been asked by Raynard. Said, "What do you think of Alex Penfold?" That's a very interesting question. I've met Alex Penfold a few times. I think he's a very, very, very talented photographer. I'm not gonna lie. It's like he has a very, very unique style to his photography. You tend to know when you see an Alex Penfold photograph, so to speak. So that is one thing that I can say about him. His stuff is pretty distinguishable is the word I'm looking for. You know when you see an Alex Penfold photograph. I don't know him personally. Like I spoke to him a few times, but I don't know him like I know other like car people, for example. But he seemed cool when I spoke to him, so that's all that I can say. Aiden Williams just said, don't like them. You just don't like old Ferraris. Is that what it is? It's just like, old Ferraris, like, They're like, or do you mean you don't like the new Ferraris based on the old Ferraris? Like the Monza and the Roma? Which one do you mean, man? What do you mean? So, yeah. I'll be really honest, man. I'm not really a fan of the really, really old Ferraris either. I mean, from a visual point of view, I can appreciate that a lot of work went into designing them. Some of these cars were coach built as well, like hand built stuff. And to think this was like made way like in those times in history is kind of crazy, right? But my love for Ferrari kind of starts from the 80s. Like the 288 GTO, the 355s, and all, and then in the 90s, and so yeah, the older stuff. I don't know. Even the 250, I'm like, yeah, it's cool. The 275, I'm like, yeah, it's cool, but I'm not like, wow. But anyway, everybody different, man. Everybody different. Hayden, yeah, I don't like them. Oh my gosh. And then Ada Williams also said that prefer the modern looks. Yeah, it's like, I just think it's more like a thing, isn't it? Like back in the day, like in the 50s and 60s, cars like had a very similar look. They look more organic. They're a lot more rounder at the time. So that was the aesthetic at the time. So I guess if you grew up at that time, or maybe you like things from way back when, that may float your boat. But for most people, I can't say for most people. For me, I'm like, yeah, I'm not like crazy. If I see an F40, though, I'm like, woo! I see a 288, I'm like, oh my gosh. See, like most like modern-ish Ferraris, I'm like, woo, I'm there. But the older stuff, not so much. So anyone else feel the same as Aiden? Let us know, people. So Mr. George Dunford just said, I love the 50s and 60s Ferraris. Definitely. The best design period of Ferrari. God damn, see? There is a complete opposite to what Aiden just said. It's a very subjective thing, isn't it? I'm quite curious to hear why George thinks Ferraris from the 50s and 60s were the best in terms of like a design. So yeah, let us know, because I don't know. I don't know if I share the same sentiments. Oh, god damn it. But I would say Alfa Romeos, though, they were like special back then. I will say that, but more about that later. Okay, let's read more of your comments. We got Realtas. Damn, that car be looking good. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I know that Henry will love these cars because he's like he loves his old stuff as well. So yeah, there you have it. But they cost crazy money. crazy money. The realtor said, I can afford that. Yeah, for real, man, dude. If you can afford a cool 27.5 million, then by all means, man, get one ASAP. It's crazy. It's crazy money for a car. All right, let's go into the next one. So South.e Supercars has said, did you know that Roman Atkinson's F1 still has the UK's most expensive insurance payout? Whoo, that's news to me, man. Educate us. Let us know how much was that. That's crazy. So see, more information here, man, from South.e Supercars, man. I didn't put it on the screen because that is a very good information right there. That's a madness. Okay, maybe not Roman. It's a Rowan. Oh, you mean Rowan Atkinson? Rowan Atkinson. Who's that? Who's Rowan Atkinson? I feel like I should know this name, but I don't. So yeah, let us know. That's crazy money for insurance. I'm curious to see how much that was. So we just covered the 275 GTB 4/4 S Nart Spider. Let's move on to another car right now. What's that going to be? Let's find. Ooh, okay. See, this one looks cool. I think I prefer this design and aesthetic. Yeah. Okay, let's move to that one. The color on this thing is so nice. I likes it. Let's put it here. Hey, what you doing, man? Down here. Woo. Okay, let's resize this a little bit. Let's move this down here. Okay, people, look, this is a very, see, I think this looks beautiful. I don't know if it's a spec thing or what it is, but there's something very beautiful about the 275 GTB 4/C. What's the C stand for? Probably Competizione, maybe? I don't know. So yeah, the full model description of this car is the Ferrari 275 GTB forward/C Speciale. Jesus Christ. Give it like a simple name. What name so complicated? Ferrari 275 GTB /C Speciale or Speciale, whatever it is. And this car now, or sold at auction for a cool 26.4 million squid in dollars, or 21.298.910 pounds, English pound sterling. Woo, that's a crazy amount of cash money. But I think the color on this looks kind of nice. I like all the gills and slash and stuff on it. It looks very cool. I kind of dig this. This is an old Ferrari that I would like before the 80s and stuff. So yeah, so this car was apparently built specifically to race. So not to go to the shops and stuff. It was built to race. And the whole body is made of aluminum or aluminum. And to drink some tea, man. So made out of like aluminum or aluminium, okay, to make it as light as possible, obviously, because it's for racing, isn't it? So for racing, it can't be racing is not for fat cars. You gotta be lean and trim, you know, like, yeah, that kind of thing. So this is a 3-liter V12 tuned at the factory to give an extra 70 horses. I mean, damn, man. So yeah, you don't get that in the non-racing car. In a racing car, you get 70 extra Ferrari horses, man, galloping out the back or something. Yeah, one of those. And of course, this is a front engine as well, as most Ferraris in that period tended to be. The mid engines came a lot later. So yeah. So this thing, because it was obviously a racing machine, is the reason why it cost so much cash money. Woo! Okay. Let me see more comments here. Oh my gosh, I missed a lot. No, I didn't. I already read these. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's move on to the next car in the list. But before I do, any more questions, people? If not, I'll just carry on. So the next car on the list, finally, England, they got something on the list. Can you guess what car it is? It's an easy one, really. Actually, it's not. England got a car on the list of the most expensive car in the whole world. Top 10 is what I meant. Okay, let's put this here. Will it work? Oh no. Hey, what's going on here? Okay, let's get rid of this. So this, people, is a Jaguar. As we say in Zamunda, we don't say Jaguar, we say Jaguar. I think the King of Zamunda has one. So this is apparently one of the most beautiful cars in the whole world. I mean, do you guys believe? Are you guys a fan of that? It's a Jaguar D-Type, and this thing costs 17.571 million. That's pounds. Jesus Christ, that's $21.78 million. That's crazy. You don't even get a roof with this thing, man. You pay all that money, you don't even get a roof. Which is kind of crazy. I think I saw one of these examples at this year's London Classic Car Show. I think it was a black one. I'm pretty sure it was a D-Type. And that was, I mean, it's kind of sick to see that like up close. There are two seats in this thing, one on the side, and yeah. But I don't know if it's the most beautiful car in the world, though. I mean, that's a bit of a thing to say, isn't it? That's what makes it the most beautiful car in the world. I don't know. Do you guys think it's the most beautiful car in the world? I don't know. But someone else does, because they paid £17.571 million for it. I mean, that's crazy. But yeah, it is a madness. I can see more comments popping up. I'll be checking these in a second. So what is so cool about this car? So the Jaguar D-Type won at, oh, okay. This is why this car sold for so much money. So this car apparently won the Le Mans 3 times, people. 3 times. Jesus Christ. Okay, I didn't know that. So this won the Le Mans 3 times from 1955 to 1957. Damn, I swear that's 2 years back. Yeah, anyway, yes. So this car took the win. So this very, very car took the win in 1956 with a Scottish racing team called Ecurie Ecosse. Doesn't sound very Scottish to me, but yeah, apparently. So this is an entry for England in the list of the top 10 most expensive cars of all time currently. Sold at an auction or otherwise. What's happening, Instagram? That is a crazy kind of cash money, man. I mean, woo! All right, commenting time. All right, here we go. What? Okay, I guess, George, you're talking about the insurance for Rowan Atkinson's car, that the F1 that we're talking about earlier. Are you serious? Like, pretty much £1 million for his. That is crazy if that's true. Flipping hell. That's an insurance payout of £1 million. But then the car costs 15 million. 15. Oh no, it did cost 15 million. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's crazy. So George just said, yeah, Mr. Bean. See, I don't know Rowan Atkinson. I know him as Mr. Bean. I mean, seriously? Yeah, Mr. Bean is like, I watched his stuff when I was a kid. So I don't know Rowan Atkinson. I know Mr. Bean though. God damn. If it said Mr. Bean, I'd have been like, bang, right there. Man, this tea, man, Jesus Christ. Okay. Southeast Supercars said basically the insurance on this insane car, basically Mr. Bean's, cost $1.5 million. Yeah, that's about £1 million sterling. That is a madness. Just imagine that, just like £1 million, just like that. That's crazy. So Aiden Williams just said, still don't like. You ever watched Little Britain, Aiden? I don't like it. I don't know if that accent is right. Yeah, I don't like it. No, I don't like it. God damn it. So Aiden is not a fan of classic cars, man. Even the 275 that I thought was kind of cool looking. Yeah, I mean, this Jaguar is a bit, but apparently it's one of the most beautiful cars ever made. I don't know who. You think your girl might be really hot, but then someone else might say like, ugh, she's not that hot. So, you know, that's why, we live in this world, isn't it? It's called objectivity, objective way of viewing things. Beauty really is in the eye of the beholder, just not in my eyes for this Jaguar D-Type. Yeah, I'm sorry. George just said, Aiden, and then he's holding his face. So I don't know if that's the appreciation of the 1.5 million quid. Oh, no. Okay, no. I'm getting confused, man. I promise you there's no alcohol in my tea. It's just one of those days today. Things got screwed up. So he's saying because Aiden does not like any of the classic Ferraris. And George is very, very disappointed. He's holding his face in disgust. Aiden Williams just said, sorry, still don't like it. Yeah, for real, man. I don't blame you, man. It's like, it's an acquired taste, okay? It's an acquired taste. That's what I'm saying. But I want to go back in time and I'll buy all of them and then sell it all in 2020. That's how I'll do. Okay, next car on the list. Oh boy. Let's find this thing. Yeah, this is a cool car. You know, it's like, see, I was saying I wasn't appreciating some of the classic old designs, but I appreciate this design because I think this is quite sexy. I'll show you guys what I mean. This Alfa Romeo, Jesus Christ, look at the lines in those, man. This thing got booty and everything. The profile is just like, I like it. It's very cool. There's something very cool about this car. There's something very Bugatti-ish about this car as well. And the fact that it's Zamunda Black is also quite special. Obviously, it's sat in the sun for quite a while. And it got that dark pigmentation thing going on. It's got loads of melanin in its bodywork. So this is a very, very cool car, man. It's like, there's not much more to say than that. It was apparently coach built by Alfa Romeo. Naturally, that's wrong. So this was actually built by a company called Touring in Italy for Alfa Romeo. And it's a one of only 12 in the whole world. And I guess I gotta tell you guys how much it cost. So now for the costings. So this Alfa Romeo 8C, yes, there was an 8C before the more recent 8C. That came out in 2004, I think. Yeah, this 8C 2900B Lungo Spider. Lungo sounds like the name of one of my uncles. Yeah, like Lungo Spider. That's the full name, okay? Alfa Romeo 8C 2900B Lungo Spider. I think Lungo probably means long in Italian. If there's any Italians watching, do let us know. Costs a very, very expensive $15.974 million. No, pounds. Woo! That's even more eye-watering. Pounds. So in dollars, that's like 19.8 million pounds. No, Jesus Christ. I think, forget the tea right now, man. I'm drinking chamomile tea, but I think it's getting me confused, man. I ain't drinking that. Okay, no more chamomile. I'm gonna drink OJ instead. With bits. Woo! It tastes more like alcohol, this one. God damn it. All right, so pricing again. So in dollars, it costs $19.8 million, okay? In good old English pound sterling, it costs 15.974 million pounds. Woo, got that one right finally. See, OJ is working. Okay, so I don't know what you guys think about this. Even Aiden, man, I think you must kind of like this, man. He looks all right. What do you think, man? It's probably one of the prettiest cars that I've got in this list, I think. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty, especially in black. It looks special. It looks, it's a beautiful thing. I haven't got like a front shot of it, but you can kind of imagine it if you want. Yeah, it's a very, very cool car. Let me read your comments here. I think the black. What? So, okay. So George Danford just said that the black one at Hampton was the first one made. What are we talking about here? The Jaguar D-Type? What are we talking about? George, what are you talking about? I think the black one at Hampton Court was the first one made. Are we talking about this 8C Spider thing, or are we talking about the Jaguar D-Type that I spoke about earlier? Okay, so George also said that I think the one in the picture is a Le Mans winner. Yeah, I think you're talking about the D-Type, aren't you? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the one in the picture was definitely Le Mans winner. It won it several times, apparently. 3 times. It's kind of crazy. So Aiden Williams just said that the Jaguar looks okay. So Aiden likes the Jaguar, but he's not a fan of the old Ferraris. Man, that's like a poke right in the eye of Ferrari, man. Jesus Christ. That's yeah, that's gonna hurt. Like in Maranello, they're gonna be crying. They're gonna be calling like a state of emergency because you just dissed the Ferraris and said you prefer a Jaguar over, you know, one of the most beautiful cars, apparently, according to some people, like George Danford, like the 250 GTO and also the 275, the Scaglietis and all that stuff. Interesting, isn't it? But George, but Aiden does not mind the Jaguar. I said the Jaguar looks okay. I guess that's better than I don't like them. South.E Supercars just said, could it have been you I saw at Wimbledon Underground a little while ago? Probably, man. Yeah, it probably was me, man. I frequent that area quite frequently. So yeah, if you saw, what was I wearing though? Oh, there's some like specific giveaways, man. How to spot the raucous in the wild. Yeah, so we just covered the incredible Alfa Romeo 8C2900B Lungo Spider that cost £15.974 million, not dollars, or $19.8 million. It's kind of crazy. But the next car on the list is gonna get you guys all sizzling. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like putting spice in your chicken. This is how good this car is. Oh boy. George is gonna be so excited when he sees this. I wonder if he likes Ferraris more than this. Oh no, what's going on here? That definitely went in the wrong place. Go back there, man. Okay, here we go. Let's reduce this in size a little bit. Woo! Okay. Is it a surprise that this is my favorite car in this whole list? Top 10 most expensive cars of all time? So this is just like, oh my, I'm gonna bet right now, Aiden likes this car. 100%. Aiden's gonna like this car. If not, I'll be so surprised, like super surprised. So a little bit more information about this car. So this car was sold last year, right? 2019, for an eye-watering $19.805 million, okay? So this is apparently a very, very, very special, how can I say, McLaren F1. So McLaren made a total of 64 F1s way back when. And out of the 64, they converted 2 of them into LM spec, yeah, or Le Mans spec. And this is why this car costs so much money, because there are literally 2 in the whole world, and this is so friggin' rare. If I say anything wrong, I'm pretty sure George is gonna correct me. He's probably like writing a massive correction right now. So this is the rarest of the rare when it comes to like I guess McLarens of this kind of this, like the 2 of them, the 2 in the whole world. It's kind of crazy. It was converted by the factory, so they converted a regular McLaren F1, just the factory of McLaren, into the 2 LMs that you see here, or LM spec. So it's also known as the F1 LM spec or the high downforce. Was this the same one that I saw at the London Classic Car Show? That was HDK, high dynamic kit. So I don't know if it's the same. Nah, it couldn't have been. George, I'm sure you let us know. Yeah, this is literally the Le Mans winning F1 GTR. It's crazy, but the price is just like unbelievable. I think, right, this is going to be the equivalent of the 250 GTO of the future, because I mean, it already costs a crazy $20 million, right? And a GTO is obviously 70 million, and so forth. That's the most expensive car to date. But this, I can just see it going like, you know that those corona graphs, like the infection rate. This is how the pricing of this is going to be like a few years from now. So yeah, it's absolutely insane. Absolutely beautiful. My favorite car in the top 10 list that I've put out today. All hands up. There's no beating this one. This is like super special in my book. And I like it a lot. I'd rather pay 20 million quid for this than pay 70 million for the 250 GTO. Unless if I went back in time, the time machine, then I'll buy the 250, that specific one, that one, the TDF, and the other race, and then I'll sell it in 2020 for $100 million. So that'll be a business move right there. So that's what I would do. Okay, let's go back to your comments again. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so George was definitely talking about a Jaguar D-Type when he said, I think the picture is the Le Mans winner. Yeah, when he said, I think the one in the picture is the Le Mans winner. Yes, which is crazy. Yeah, absolutely. So South.E Supercars said, basically he spotted a Wild Raucous in Wimbledon, and I asked him what was the Wild Raucous wearing, and he said Raucous wear. That was definitely a Wild Raucous, man. He definitely spotted quite right. It was me. You should have said something, man, or threw something. Hopefully not sharp. Aiden Williams just said, of course, I love the F1. Yeah, the F1 is like, it's probably most people's favorite new classic car, because I mean, that car literally changed the world. But that's a whole different, I'll make a completely different video about that, because it's so interesting. Like when this car came out, it blew so many minds, and it still does. 100%, and I loves it very much, especially that HDK one, or HD, the high dynamic force one. Let's just call it Le Mans spec, all right? That's easier. The Le Mans spec, Le Mans, or Le Mans. Don't say Le Mans, it sounds terrible. Say Le Mans. So George just said, Enzo Ferrari said the Jaguar E-Type is the most beautiful car ever made. So, yeah, he probably said, but he probably had a few too many whiskeys at the time, though. I mean, come on, man. It's like, did he drink? I don't know. I think he just said it because he just felt kind. I don't know, man. So do you honestly think the Jaguar D-Type is the most beautiful car of all time? Honestly, anyone in this stream think that's the most beautiful car ever made? I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of things older than that I think are more beautiful. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, yeah, like, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, argue, because it's beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You know how it is. But man, it is kind of crazy. So what else is here? Okay, so George said F1 LM spec, one of two, same owner as the 70 million 250 GTR. Oh my God! So you telling me the guy who paid 70 million squid for the 250 GTR also paid the $20 million for the F1 LM spec? That's crazy. What else does this guy actually own? That's what I want to know as well. That's an insane collection right there. That's like a crazy collection. Hopefully this guy's got kids, man. Because man, they got some serious toys in their garage. Hopefully he's gonna drive these things though. If it doesn't, boo, shame on him. Southeast Supercars said I was late for a train. You couldn't miss your train to say hello to the Rockers, man? How dare you, man? Oh my God. Man, that orange is so strong, man. Jeez. It is so sour. It's literally like licking lemon or drinking battery acid. So George Danforth just said, the one at London Classic Car Show had the same body, but the Le Mans spec has upgraded suspension, engine, and wheels to increase, wheels, an increase of power from 618 to 680. Wow, okay. So you get another 58 horsepowers. Jesus Christ, that's madness. Yeah, that's a lot of power right there. So thank you very much, George, for that very important information, which I'm gonna put on screen because this is very relevant to what I was saying earlier. So there you go. Absolutely cool information. So let me know if there's any information there that was useful to you guys. It's probably not going to be much for Aiden except for the last car because you know into the classic old stuff, so you're more into the new stuff. So maybe it was like So anyone else share Aiden's sentiment on old classic Ferraris or any of the cars I covered today? Because I figured, you know, let's just do like something a little bit different today and kind of like go on from yesterday, and that's why I did this little stream today. So I think that basically covers all the 10 cars I want to cover in this stream, the top 10 most expensive. I was gonna do like a top 15, but I thought that would probably be too much. So I stuck to top 10. So there's some pretty cool cars, Ferraris, that were not included in this list. They're all old classics. So yeah, there you have it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And yeah, let's see if there's any more of these comments here. Woo! I'm starting to get the impression that my audience is not really into classic cars. I think you guys just like all the new stuff, man. Nobody like old stuff. Like on Instagram, right? If you post a classic car, you're gonna hear all kinds of crickets. Everybody just like, eh. It's as if classic cars on Instagram are invisible. That's literally what it's like. It's like people scrolling through the Instagram, they can't see classic cars. They just see new stuff. So yeah, I got all kinds of cool photos of classic cars, but no one gives an F. Everybody likes new stuff, man. It's kind of crazy. But some of this old stuff is where the new stuff comes from, man. A bit of history ain't gonna hurt nobody. You know? So yeah. So when you post classic cars on YouTube, everyone's like, oh, I don't want to see a classic car. I don't want to see no 250 GTO. Oh man, it's a 293, whatever it's there. Oh, I don't want to see that. It's just kind of crazy. It's cray, if you ask me. So maybe I just make new stuff all the time. Just be chasing new cars. Oh no, my live video ended on Instagram. Why is that? I'll just share on my story. Yeah, so people, I think that's pretty much the end of the video, man. It's a short and quick one, even though it took an hour. So it's not very, very short. So I'd like to say, very, that makes absolutely no sense. A big thank you for tuning in for this, top 10 list of the most expensive cars of all time. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I catch you guys on the next video tomorrow, same time, 8:30. Take it easy, people. Peace out. And thumbs up if you haven't done it already. And otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow. One more thing to read. I like classics. So George Danford, you're probably the one of only, I know of maybe 5 people on Instagram who like classic cars. Definitely you, Charlie B. Photography. He likes classic stuff. I will say Exotics in the Wild. He loves everything old, man. He's like crazy. So that's 3. Who else? I think actually, no. Let me rephrase. I think a lot of people like classic cars, but they know that on Instagram it doesn't do very well, so they don't post them. That's what I think. But obviously, yeah, that's what it is. So there you have it. So Aiden said there's some classics. Okay, Aiden. So tell me right now, what classics do you like? List them in the order of your favorite that you like. That would be interesting. So George Danford just said, such a shame because the stories and history behind these classics are unbelievable. This is the thing, isn't it? Like a lot of these car brands have amazing stories behind them, but it's a crazy shame that most younglings today don't care about history, man. It's like everything must be new. If it ain't new, it ain't cool. So which kind of sad. It's very, very sad. It's absolutely disgraceful, if you ask me. The missing Bugatti. Yeah, this is the thing, isn't it? They're missing Bugatti. So George is saying that the missing Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic is meant to be worth 100 million squid. Man, I would love to be the guy who finds this car, man. I mean, the story about this car is that during the war, the Germans confiscated this car and put it on a train. And the train was supposed to be going to a place called Bordeaux in France. So they put it on a train. Everything else arrived, but except the car. Someone, somewhere along the line, decided to basically steal this car, and no one to this day knows where it is or like what's happened to it. So I'm pretty sure it's probably gathering dust somewhere in someone's garage, or someone is just holding on to this until one day it's gonna be found and sold. I mean, yeah, that's gonna be wild. Type 57, probably gonna sell for way more than 100 million, man, because that's one of the most sought after cars of all time. I think they only made 4. And that particular one was owned by Attore Bugatti's son. So it's original La Voiture Noire because it literally was black. Again, a tanned, melanin-rich Bugatti Type 57. So yeah, George, you're absolutely right, man. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a madness. I just wanna find it. That's why I like France so much. I'm kind of hoping I'm gonna find this Type 57 in one of those French caves somewhere. Imagine that, like being the guy or girl who finds this incredible car. What would you do? What like you just stumble upon, like you went out for a Friday night drink, whatever, you're stumbling home, and one day for some reason you just end up in France, boom, there is like a Type 57 that was missing for all these years and you found it. What would you do? I'll probably just do a crazy dance. I'll be doing like that's when you know, man, your life is now sweet as hell, man. You never have no worries in your life. Unless, obviously, Bugatti comes calling and say, you can't have this car or sell it because it was stolen from us and therefore you must give it back. Now, I'm going to want Fanders fees, man. And I'm going to charge serious coin for my Fanders fees. That's what I would do. So, yeah. So, that's it, people. So, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. 8:30. Take it easy. Peace out. I don't know what I normally do this, innit? I don't know what I'm doing today, man. Everything's completely upside down today. Maybe I just end with this. The end. God. What am I doing today? I have no idea. Catch you all later. It is the end.